Rolling. All right, everybody. Here we are. Another definitely not racist podcast. And as usual, we have our trigger warning at the opening here. This film is very offensive to victims of incest. If you've been diddled by a family member, probably stop this right now. If you're Catholic, you know this movie shits on the church a bit. If you're a Satanist, you'll probably enjoy this, and it might give you a boner.
Yeah, for the first time ever. If you're a Satanist, this is for you. Yes, this is
it's our target demographic here.
It's a niche market.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that
accurate enough triggers?
accurate enough for the triggers?
If you don't like Polly from Rocky, you might be triggered.
If you're Italian, if you're an Italian American,
yeah, do not
this
watch
does not portray them well.
That's about it.
Okay, all right. I guess that's cool. And cue the theme song. the creepy children's chorus.
I love that 80s movies used to just do this. You know what I mean? Just some creepy piano with children,
Just la, la, la.
Good enough. This is the theme song.
And then anytime something scary happens, just heavy brass, the instrumentation scares you
There's
more.
no subtlety. There's no subtlety at all. It's like, be scared.
All right.
Hey
So-
everybody! Welcome to the episode of Definitely Not Racist Podcast. I'm Chris Dunning, your co-host, and as always, sitting across from me, or I don't know, somewhere, he's Thor Blondel!
Hello.
How you doing, you handsome devil?
I'm all right. A little tired. Just had some coffee. How are you doing? How's the hangover?
They just get worse.
Worse.
What is that?
Yeah.
God, I'm pathetic.
Yeah. We have Mike Blondel here.
As always.
Back from his hiatus.
Well, not always, but mostly. I think I'm sitting around 75% right now.
He called in sick for the last one.
I
love that.
Called in
That's
nap.
the greatest thing ever.
Called in a nap.
Yeah.
Hey,
And-
naps are great, man.
Our special guest.
Hello.
For the first time, yes!
For the first time in a
Yes.
long time.
Yes!
is our childhood friend, Paul Norden.
Paul
That's
Norden.
right.
Who-
Hello.
I guess, last time I saw you was probably...
On the street one day,
Yeah.
walking to Polo Park.
Yeah, it was 5 years ago, maybe? I don't know,
Yeah.
4 years ago? Yeah.
I think I ran into Chris briefly at a restaurant as I was leaving.
Yeah, that's right! Oh my
Yeah.
god, I totally forgot about
And
that!
I didn't even recognize you.
That's right.
You happened to recognize my girlfriend at the time.
That's right,
Eh.
holy crap.
But other than that, we haven't hung out
No.
since...
Years.
Yeah.
Forever.
No.
Actually, back then they wouldn't even call it hanging out. We played together. I guess.
Yes!
You guys wanna play guns? You guys wanna play guns?
Hey, we should go call on Paul.
Yeah.
Remember calling on people?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Can Paul come out and play?
Well, yeah, we'd play Aliens. I'd always be Hudson.
Yeah.
Just because I liked saying, "Game over, man."
R.I.P.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
sad.
The Pax Man.
Have you guys done that movie yet for this or no?
No.
No.
It's on the
Double
list.
feature.
There's so many movies on the list.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. In
But
fact,
yes,
how did this movie make the list?
This one? Okay, yeah, so we chose Amityville 2, The Possession,
Yeah.
because I thought that we watched this at our Yoy Will Die Halloween party that we used to host as kids. But then Paul...
That's right.
Yes! And Paul with the greatest memory on earth
I've been told that a lot.
said that it was actually at my birthday party, which...
8th. We were 8 years old. It was your 8th birthday party. I remember it very vividly. That was the first time I saw it. And we also watched, I think, Aliens too.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We watched a lot of
Of
very
movies.
inappropriate
The
movies.
kids
Very
and your
bad
parents are
movies,
just
yeah.
oh, cool, this is this part. Just...
That's what I was just about to say. Thank you, Daryl and Val, for never, ever caring
You
what we
gotta
watch as kids.
desensitize kids early. You know?
Yeah, that's how you do it.
That's how you inoculate them against
And
the
now I'm a
world.
Satanist.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think I actually remember that party so vividly because it was a birthday party. I had bought you a birthday gift. And then at the party, when we were looking at toys and stuff in your room, I was asking about toys that you had because I bought you the Stinger, the vehicle in Aliens, the one that they're driving.
Yes.
And while we were talking about it, I was like, "Oh, so what kind of Aliens toys do you have?" And it's do you have the Stinger? I was like, "Yep." I was like, "Oh, fuck?
Well, now you got
You,
two.
yeah, but you always needed two. That was my whole thing.
See, that was the thing. Like, I
Yes.
didn't even consider that. I was worried the whole time until you opened presents.
That's the greatest.
Having a nervous breakdown.
One of
Yeah, I
those-
was
one
like,
of
I
those
can't
toys that
sneak
works
away and
as
go
a
get
double,
something else because I'm a kid.
I'm gonna take the car and that's and
Where'd Paul
you know
go? I got you a bunch of chocolate that I stole from 7-Eleven.
just run to Max and
Actually,
steal
yeah, it
something.
would have been Max. 7-Eleven
Yeah.
didn't exist there yet.
Yeah.
Funny.
But also, Chris's little brother John would often destroy his toys, so it's good to have a backup.
Actually,
Exactly.
I think I was informed that the Stinger that you already owned was already damaged. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. John would just chew them to bits and
Yep.
stuff.
That was horrible.
God damn it, John. Anyway.
Anyways, yeah, let's get into this movie.
All right,
shall
so
we?
Amityville
Oh my
2.
God.
Yeah, we watched it at a young age, and I remember being scared.
Oh, as kids, yeah.
Yeah.
But then we also loved it, and we were laughing because we were teasing.
Yeah.
Oh my
Like,
God.
it's weird that at 8 years old, we thought this
I think
was
that's a coping
hilarious.
mechanism, though. I think that's a coping
Yeah.
mechanism because we were all so scared that we all were like, well, we were just like, well, this is hilarious, haha.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
We
That's
started
a,
making
that's
fun
a
of it.
pretty normal reaction.
I think, yeah.
when you're scared, a lot of people go to laughter.
Like the moment
yeah.
you have the ha 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 ha.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
That's what
scared,
it was,
guys.
'cause
I'm not scared. This is hilarious.
We were 8 years
Yeah.
old, so
Yeah.
exactly. Pretty sure we were terrified.
But also, like, rewatching it, there are some parts that are just so fucking crazy that,
Oh.
like, I was like, how could you not laugh at this?
Like,
yeah.
well, we'll get. Into
Yeah, we'll
that.
get to it.
You know what?
So,
Let's-
July 1979.
79, yeah.
79 was when this came out.
This
Okay.
came out in the 70s?
Yes.
I thought this was like 81
I thought it was
or
83.
something. Oh,
Weird.
really?
And I thought this would have come out right after The Exorcist.
Okay, so
but
the-
it was 6
Oh,
years
no, that's
later.
part one. You're looking at part one. Yeah, no, he's looking
Oh.
at the original.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so the original came out in 79. Okay, when
Shit.
did this come out? Yeah, this is
I
Amityville
think
2
it
The
is. I
Possession.
think it is 83. I could. Be
Oh, was it?
wrong.
Okay, so yeah, you looked it up? Okay.
I should look up Evil Dead because there's some stuff that either Evil Dead stole from this movie or this movie stole from Evil Dead.
No, because, well, no, this movie starts out as haunted house, but not really. It's ghost. Because a haunted house does haunted house things. This movie,
Wait, what's a haunted house thing?
well, like, the walls bleed,
Yeah.
you know, things like that. Like, the windows
Oh,
open,
okay.
doors shut, like, everything like that. This movie grabs paintbrushes and just start, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It throws things at people. Like, this movie is, like, more, like, ghost, and also it shows POV shots of the ghost, like, going up to people, like... You know what I mean?
There's
Like-
yeah, I'm just gonna skip to that. There is a solid 4 minutes in which a point of view camera is chasing Sonny, and
Yes!
he's looking scared towards the camera,
And he starts
going
shooting at-
all the way from the basement to
Yeah, yeah,
upstairs to
It's like-
his bedroom to it floating up to the camera,
Yeah.
floating above him while his chest sinks in, and it's
Yeah, just jumping on him for some reason.
I guess,
And that
like,
it was largely done in one take, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah, what?
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
looked like it.
But
Yeah.
I was actually kind of like, hey, not bad. Like,
Yeah.
There's a few cuts because there's actually a
There was,
scene
eh?
where the POV thing is coming from the hole in the basement, and if you look to the left, you can see, oh, hey, it's a set. Those are curtains.
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't notice that.
Oh,
All
that's
right,
awesome.
so 82.
82?
Some-
Okay,
somehow
okay. So it was.
a link took me to the original. So 82, and we've got a budget of $5 million.
No.
And it
Where
made
did
a
that go?
total of $12 million.
This was a success.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you know what? Part two, it's riding
Riding
off part
off
one,
the
so
first
that's
one.
what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, barely though. I mean, for,
yeah.
for a
And
movie
you,
to
can,
like,
and you can still
yeah.
kind of half lie and say based on a true story, even though it's the sequel
Yeah.
to a movie that was already very roughly based on a lie.
Exactly. But there's no way this could be based on a true story because this, like I said, is half haunted house, half poltergeist. Well, no, a little bit of poltergeist, and then The Exorcist. Straight up, like. This movie is insane. It had no idea what it was doing, so it just started just switching movies. I don't know.
Not that, like, have you not seen the movies lately where they just switch the rules of what a haunting is doing?
Yeah.
Like, I saw Rings actually last night too, and it was just like, okay, so can they interact? Can they not? Why didn't she just kill her right then? Like, there's.
This
I saw.
movie-
yeah, these types of movies are always full of plot holes.
And
That's-
this one was insane. I think you were saying, where did it get on Rotten Tomatoes?
Oh, it's like 6% or whatever.
Exactly. This movie is.
And to think that I begged my parents to rent it multiple times.
Like, why does my son like such shitty movies?
Actually, did anyone ever have trouble? Oh, not you, I guess. But not Chris, but like trouble renting movies when you were a kid. Like,
Well, I mean,
Not really.
the process. You know, I
It
have
says the ratings on them.
I have some nice nostalgic memories of going to the movie store. We had like laser tag
Yeah.
out in
okay,
Selkirk.
yeah.
I mean, come on, those were like the best.
I miss video stores so much.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
'Cause it's like, walking through a magical. It's not the same as like Netflix where it's just all lined up.
Choosing,
Yeah.
or
Well,
just
and then
renting
there's
something.
then there's the
or-
gamble. You know, you have your first pick. You go in with that. Are they all out? I don't know. Did you reserve one ahead of time? Maybe you didn't.
Exactly, and I love that. You had to get there early.
Maybe
yes.
you'll pick a movie that you end up hating, or maybe you'll pick a movie that's a pleasant surprise.
And maybe
Yeah.
somebody brought one back. You know,
Yeah.
approaching the counter. Hey, are there any returns on this? You know, it was like your last Hail Mary before
Yeah.
you gave up. Yeah.
Yeah, we all have boners for Blockbuster, guys.
Mhm.
Anyways, let's get into this movie.
Yeah.
So the film opens with a creepy piano with children singing, as you just heard. Classic, like 80s horror movie setting the tone in the first couple seconds. But when I seen the credits, as you said right before, Paul Young, Paulie from
Burt Young.
Yeah, Burt Young
Playing the same character, at least as annoying as Polly, or just as like you love to hate him. Like it's just
He's a dirtbag.
and it's just his hair is.
that the dad?
Yeah, he's like balding, but like the hair on the top, he just lets be messy. So
Yeah.
it just has that sleazy like.
Kind of looks like Danny DeVito.
Yeah, like if
Yeah.
Danny DeVito went even more wrong with his life.
Apparently, Burt Young's dad died during the filming.
Oh God,
Maybe
that's
that
No wonder
affected
he was
his
such a prick.
performance.
Yeah.
okay. But also in the credits, this movie says it's based off the book. But wait, what? How? Wait.
The original is based off of the Amityville Horror. That's the book.
Yeah. So how? What is this based? Like, what are they talking about?
It's a
about
lie.
possession.
It's
Exactly.
a lie.
Yeah,
It's a sequel to something that was based off of something.
yeah. God.
So basically, the
It's like a
house,
photocopy
the
of a
house
photocopy.
design is similar.
Yes, yeah.
So we had windows at the top, and they were kind of half quarter
Architecture.
crescent.
Yeah,
and that was
yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
Well, the house in the film wasn't the one that was in the book because apparently it was unavailable for the shoot.
No. But it's the same house from the first movie, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the same.
That's the only.
They just they steal that
constant,
just
yeah.
like that the front those two windows and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
the look, set the tone. So the dad of the family is Paulie from Rocky, from the Rocky film franchise. There's no way that he was going to be a good dad. Like, as soon as I seen him, I forgot that he was the dad. But as soon as I seen him, I was like, oh my God, there's no way this ends well at all. Like, there's no way. And of course, in the second scene, he threatens to beat his son.
Yeah.
Again!
Yeah,
For
yeah.
nothing.
Yes! Oh my God!
Does he
Like,
actually say again? Like, is
Yeah,
it-
yeah,
No, yeah.
You're not too young for a whipping or something like that.
Because
I
I didn't watch
you
the film.
I
No,
found that out yesterday or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
He
Like,
says, yeah, I know that already because you beat the shit out of me on a regular basis.
yes!
basically.
Oh my God!
It's like
Like,
quality family.
he's just a horrible dad just off the
And this
get-go.
is like
I just realized I plagiarized this for like a grade 2 like writing experiment. Like I remember like just trying to come up with like a haunted house thing, and it was like instead of the Amityville, it was like the House of Mimamorphere or something stupid. But I quite literally had like the son being late and having to go buy cigarettes.
yeah. He's like, oh, let's
Oh,
go for
those,
cigarettes.
those were the days.
Put the
Yeah.
pedal to the metal and bam!
Send your kid down to the corner store to buy some cigarettes.
Oh yeah, that's why he was mad. He's like, your mom was following you. Why were you late? Like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
I don't know. And he was like 30 seconds late.
Yep.
I don't know.
He's gonna beat his son because he got cigarettes.
Also, did you
Oh,
notice
man.
that as they're coming into the house and everything, and they're pulling up, there's like a guy raking leaves in the front yard,
Yeah.
and no one acknowledges him whatsoever.
Or he nods, I think, as Polly, I'm just gonna call him Polly, lifts up the for sale sign and just tosses it in front
Yeah.
of the guy raking leaves.
He's like, I'm raking here, buddy.
And then the guy, for some reason, is just fine with it, just gives him a mighty nod, like, yes, sir, yes,
So
sir.
is this guy hired help? Like, who is he?
I don't know.
Apparently, but they don't talk about him at all. They don't. Like, he doesn't have any
He's just there
lines.
for
I
that
guess
one
He's
scene.
just there. Like
he wasn't one of the movers. The movers show up after that.
Yeah.
They're like, yay, it's here, it's
Well,
here.
because, I mean, normally you don't rake someone's lawn unless you get paid for it.
Exactly.
But he was raking before they even showed up.
Yeah.
So I guess like they were
So
still
funny.
getting the house prepped for them, and
I
he
don't
was
know.
part of that team, but he was the only one.
He's the only one left.
Jeez.
It's like, I'll stay behind to rake, guys. You go on ahead.
You guys get settled in. Don't worry.
Sorry,
It
we
was
didn't
probably
find a
somebody's,
hammer to get those
you know,
nails out of
like-
the
And
windows.
thanks, Polly. I'll take care of the sign for you. Jesus.
I'll just rake up that sign there.
Yeah.
He was probably just like one of those guys that somebody was like, "Hey, you want a part of my movie? You could be the guy raking." Yeah.
So after they get into the house, if it's your second viewing of the movie, the scene between the brother and sister is already very, very, very creepy.
They set the incest tone early.
Just way too playful with each other.
No, they're flirting. They're
flirting.
straight up flirting.
I did laugh out loud when he says,
Not my type.
Yes!
because
What
she was
the
ugly
fuck?
like you. Or
Yes.
whatever. Yeah, you're not my type.
You're not my type. No, she shouldn't be. She's your goddamn little sister. Like, what are you talking about? My God. So the mom puts a box down, and she notices that the windows are all nailed shut. Then she turns the sink on, and it starts to spout blood, to which she barely reacts. She's like,
oh! No, she screams first, and then water comes out. Oh, it's fine. I guess this pure red stuff was just rust. Like, so...
Well, yeah, that's
I
what
guess,
you would kind of assume.
Well,
it's
okay,
clearly
if
blood and not rust.
if you were, a regular Joe and you walked into a place and some red stuff started coming out
You're
of
not
the
going
tap,
to immediately assume
no,
it's blood.
you're not going to immediately assume it's blood. You're going to think, oh, that's must be sediment that was in the pipes or some shit like that.
There's blood in the
no, but you know what blood is. So when blood starts flowing out, you're like, what the
It was
fuck?
like oozing.
Exactly, yeah. Like,
It's like just
that's
thick,
blood.
yeah.
That's blood.
Yeah, I guess like this. The mom is the only one that has like a fucking brain about this whole house at all.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's like just like showing that she is actually the one noticing all this shit immediately. Yeah.
Actually, I gotta commend this movie compared to other like haunting kind of movies. Whereas there's actually quite a few scenes in which like haunting stuff is happening when no one's observing.
Yeah.
Like they're all in bed and then like the sheets are flying around and stuff's moving back and forth. And sure, there is the part where the sheet goes on the crucifix and covers it. But and then they notice that later. But still, there's like a bunch of things that go on where it's just like no one's observing this. Like, so there's nothing for them to really be scared at, and it's going back to where it was.
Like the big thing about these haunted house movies is why don't these people just get the fuck out of there when they're seeing all this crazy shit? Of course, because that's just common sense. But it's like,
well, also your rational mind would generally try to explain it away somehow, right?
But this family acts like this is the first time they've seen this house, though. Like, she was saying, like,
Yeah,
the
like,
windows are
this
all
is a
broken, like,
mansion.
Exactly, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
no, for these guys, it was so fresh. So that's why
Keep
it is
in mind,
kind
this is
of,
like the 1980s, so it's like Papa goes to see the house. He's the only one that needs to see it.
Yeah, and I guess he just...
I'll buy my house for my family.
Yeah, I guess
and
you're
then I
right.
will beat them.
Yeah.
Relentlessly.
Jan and Mark were portrayed by real life brother and sisters.
I know, and okay, when I read that...
No. That's the younger kids.
Yes!
Yeah.
See, exactly.
Right, Sonny and
Sonny and
Patricia.
Trish.
That was
Trish,
my
yeah.
reaction too. I got
Patricia.
so scared. I was like, "That is so gross and incesty." Ugh.
Because the family is there's
6 of them.
There's fat piece of shit dad. There's the mom.
Fat dwarfish piece.
yeah, little troll man.
Holly.
Then there's Sonny, the oldest. He's the oldest son. Then there's Trish, Patricia, who is the daughter, second oldest. Then there are 2 younger ones who are maybe like 7 and 6. Yeah, around that age. They're closer together. And then the 2 older ones are closer together.
So should we talk about the first night in the house where... I think it starts with the banging before the painting brush.
Yeah, let's give me a look. I got this one. I got this one. This movie gets batshit crazy by minute 8 because it turns out there's a crawl space in the basement.
All right.
But they make it look like a cave from Temple of Doom. You know what I mean? Like, what the?
There's an angle of it later where it's clearly gigantic.
Yes.
Sonny's looking there.
Yeah,
You can like walk
like,
around
it's
in
a
there.
cave. Yeah,
It's
like
bigger than the actual catacombs.
it's like so
Or
bizarre.
wider, I guess.
Yeah, there's this like secret room.
Yeah.
and it's full
There's
of
pillars.
flies.
There are pillars.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So the mom's in the basement and she gets harassed, and she straight up tells her son that somebody touched her, and his reaction is like, "That didn't happen." You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. She's hysterical.
You're just hysterical.
Yeah. Give her a lobotomy.
You got the vapors?
Yeah, exactly.
Shock treatment. Electroshock treatment.
Which they do feature
Which
in this
is
movie.
like...
Yeah.
So then the family goes to sit down and have dinner, and during a prayer of grace, or some people call it grace, a mirror falls off the wall, and the dad's immediate reaction is to
Just
hit
scream.
Sonny. Yes! Like, Paulie is unchained in this movie.
He's just the worst human being.
Ever, yeah. Like, why did you do that? Like, he just hits his son, like, what?
I'm across the room.
Exactly.
This movie just has so much people screaming at each other that it's just such a people walking by. Like, what the hell movie are you watching? Kind of.
Well, apparently a lot of it was based on the real life DeFeo family. including the rumored incestual relationship.
Really?
Yep. Although, I mean, they do take some liberties, according to the...
Well, I hope that wasn't like word for word what happened, because we'll get to that scene.
That's
Jesus
worst.
Christ. Well, yeah. Then the first night, the two younger kids are in there. They share a room, and paintbrushes start dancing around, and then they draw stuff on the wall, and it's a crude kind of, I don't know, dog demon looking thing.
I think I wrote down the phrase. It's dishonor thy family, pigs.
Yeah.
But like right before that is the scene where there's like knocking at the door.
Oh yeah.
And like Paulie goes to answer it, and he looks out, and no one's there. It's like okay, kind of thing, and then closes it. There's knocking again. He immediately goes for a shotgun.
Yeah.
That is just.
This guy goes from 0 to 60 like that. He's
0 to 200.
He
Goes
Exactly.
so he goes into the bedroom where like the kids upstairs are screaming. Sees like perfect sort of like handwritten dishonor thy family.
perfect cursive.
pigs.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect cursive writing. And this image that's also well detailed.
Yeah.
And immediately assumes the kids did this, so he's like pulling his belt off.
Immediately
And
goes
he
to
just
hit
starts
them.
hitting. No, he does start hitting them.
Yeah.
And then he hits his wife, who tries to stop him from hitting.
Yeah.
No, I remember the kids going, the brushes. Like I remember that line standing out in my mind.
Oh my god.
But just Paulie just off his rocker in this movie. Like, and did they tell him like, just play yourself? You know what? It's up to you. You play this role how you want to see fit. Or is it in the book of like, no, he's crazy. We need you to just go crazy.
Maybe he was just still method acting because like that he was getting ready for Rocky 3.
So he needed to be at 200 the whole time.
Well, apparently some of the family drama was based on the original family. But I mean, it was just all exaggerated. So
Yeah. Is this the scene where Sonny grabs the gun?
Yes.
Yeah, from the dad.
So he's already like I
He's
think
not possessed yet.
the first like hint is actually earlier at dinner
When-
where he looks at the crack in the mirror
and it gets bigger.
and for some reason I feel like that's when he snapped or that's when it chose him.
But yeah, he's not like fully possessed yet.
No, but I think that's like he is now chosen by the house.
Yeah. The demon
It's
has
like you are the
chosen him.
strongest
Yeah.
one that can cause the most carnage.
Yeah.
Because the father's a fat piece of shit.
It's like
But that's my question though, is because the father already hates his family and wants to basically kill them. So why didn't
too
they
easy.
just
Too easy.
Oh, is that it? Yeah, exactly.
Too
Okay.
easy.
Yeah.
He's gonna kill them.
Exactly. Could have
also-
possessed him
also
the
you
first
can't-
night and had him.
You can't kill an entire family of people in a movie unless one of them you feel really like poetic justice when he dies. That'll justify the rest of the deaths.
They need the shitty father to be a victim,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah. And like I don't know, maybe the demon is like, this guy's probably gonna end up killing his family anyway. So
where's the fun in that?
where's the fun in that?
I want to do it.
Yeah.
Well, the film has him kill people as a result of demonic possession. In real life, Ronald DeFeo Jr. never actually made the defense that he was possessed and that voices told him to do it.
He just said voices?
No. He didn't make any of those claims.
He's like, I killed my family.
Yeah, I don't know. But
Straight
either
up.
way,
It
apparently,
was a Sunday
demonic
night.
possession had nothing to do with his defense. So.
Actually, I remember. God, like I guess I did let my parents watched me watch that movie. No, maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. Maybe I only talked about it later. But I remember my dad actually schooling me on some information because he grew up Catholic and still is Catholic.
Really?
So he was talking about the use of referring to the humans as pigs actually was like a thing that Satan did a lot in the Bible.
Oh.
And it like has actual roots in like a lot of reasons why like sort of some of the like the Hebraic religions don't eat pig is because it's
Really?
not because of they get sick, but
It's
because
associated with the devil?
it's associated with humans. In fact, a pig's scream as it's dying sounds very human.
And I've read that humans taste like pork.
That's true. Yeah, I've also read that.
Yeah. I would like to find out firsthand.
Anyways, I'm gonna stop that right there.
So
Throw
this
some
is
education in
this
here.
is a pro cannibalism podcast.
No, but I just want to jump back to the scene where Sonny grabs the shotgun and holds Paulie's head, and then and that's when it's like, okay, guys, everyone go back to bed. You know what I mean? Like this family has such deep-rooted, fucked up issues before they even move in.
Like,
You know what I
okay,
mean? Like,
you know when the gun comes out.
Yeah.
Everyone has to calm
go back
down.
to bed.
All
Like,
right.
oh my god.
Fun's over.
Okay, so the next scene, though, I'm confused by this. Apparently, people used to get priests to come bless their houses
Yup.
in the 80s?
Oh, totally.
Yeah? Oh, fuck. I did not know that. So, of course, Paulie gets immediately upset about it. He assaults his wife with the priest in the fucking room.
He beats his kids in front of a priest.
Yes. What the fuck, man?
The priest is like, yeah.
No, the priest is like, don't hit that child.
No. And the the craziest thing is, Paulie looks at the priest and goes, mind if I smoke in front of you? He's like, no, it's your house. Do as you will.
Yeah.
And then, okay, and this makes me think that Paulie totally forgot his next line, and it blows my mind, because he asks his daughter, who's standing beside him, he goes, Janet, honey. And there's the longest pause. Like he completely forgets his line. And then I'm just, I guess, he just made it up as he went along. He goes, Janet, honey, ask the priest if he wants a drink.
And he's also daughter standing 2 feet away, priest standing 4 feet away.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like,
well, that plays into the gender roles, though, of the time, right?
Yeah, true
because
enough.
the woman should be serving the drinks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Is that
And I
it?
guess the Catholics, women are supposed to be subservient to the men, right? Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I mean, in actual church, like,
Yeah.
the women do maybe, like, the opening readings. That's about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, then...
I don't think women are allowed to be up at the front when they're giving, like, the host, like, the cracker wafer thing.
Yeah.
I think
Communion
it's only...
or whatever?
Communion. I think it's only... I was trying to, like, dumb it down for the audience. I think it's also still only men that can do that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not sure if they've changed that now.
Cats are crazy.
Well, yeah, you got this hip new pope,
He's all like, hey, I'm hip. Not really hip, but hip for a pope.
Yeah, it's the fawns of the popes.
I've
basically.
seen The Hobbit.
Hey. But no, so, because, the dad doesn't go to church.
Right.
Like, the family goes, well, Sonny stays home too, right?
That's right.
Yes, but that's might be because he's possessed.
Yeah. It's not personal preference or anything.
Yeah.
It's, he stays home because he says he's not feeling well.
I'm trying to think, does he go the first time that they go, though?
Does he leave the house? Like, once they move in, does he ever leave the house?
No, he doesn't.
I don't think he does.
No.
Not until
Also-
But that's skipping ahead. So anyways, sorry guys, back to the scene that we're at. So the two young children, because they go to get the priest a glass of water, they go into the kitchen, and the sister puts a plastic bag on the brother's head.
Yeah, it's like, I'll kill you.
Exactly, yes! And she makes fun of him, like
And
she's
he's like, I can't breathe.
Oh my god, yeah! And then he starts to freak out
Man,
because
it was the 80s.
It took
And she just pulls it off. Stop.
This is before people knew that plastic bags killed people.
Oh my god!
Plastic bags were still toys in the 80s.
Actually,
They
yeah.
didn't have those warnings printed on them.
Looking back, we me and my sister chased each other around the house with like weapons. Never hurt each other, but like still, like a knife or a crowbar. It's like shit. Like looking back on it, it does sound a tad crazy. It might have just been a '90s thing.
Oh yeah, the '90s were just That's when that was the last generation, like, for us, kids were kids. Like, our parents would just let us just do our thing, you know what I mean? Like, I just wouldn't see my mom for the day, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it is.
She's like, oh, you're still alive.
Yeah.
Come on, back for dinner.
I gotta make another space at the table.
At minute 25 of this movie, I realized I didn't know anyone's name.
Well, like, Sonny because he's the
His
son.
name is said the most.
And everyone's saying son.
And they always say it, exactly.
I do not know what Paulie's name like
in this movie, I don't know.
character.
I don't know at all. I
The
still
father.
don't, and I've watched it.
I don't know the mom or dad's name. I guess the youngest son is Mark. And then what's the daughter's name? I don't know.
Trish is the...
No, the middle daughter.
Oh, the young... Okay.
The oldest daughter is Trish.
Yes. Or Patricia.
Yeah.
This movie is supposed to be about a haunted house, but numerous times the ghost does physical things like we talked about earlier, like tear apart a Bible. It tells the oldest son that he should have shot his dad. It does knock ginger. It's knocking on its own goddamn door. Really, like, none of which makes any fucking sense. Plus, all of that happens before minute 30 of the film. And then I wrote that note, and then in the next scene, the house throws a briefcase at Sonny.
Does it do that?
Yes! And then he goes into the basement crawl space, finds a moving arm.
Yeah!
Which
that was weird.
I have
Just
a
never
question.
explained ever again.
Yep.
Nor is it referenced.
There's a forearm.
Oh, actually, no. You could
moving.
actually argue that it's referenced because it's his right arm that starts getting all ugly.
Yeah.
But that still doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
No.
I don't remember. Yeah, I didn't remember that at all.
Okay, but this is the scene where the ghost chases Sonny through the whole house. My question is though, is why? Where did the family go? Did they go to church that night, or did they go?
They did. So it must have been. If they're Catholic, it probably would have been a Saturday night service.
Okay. Yes,
They-
and then you're right. And then the sister says that, "Oh, and Dad took us out for steaks afterwards
Yeah.
to celebrate." Yeah. So you're absolutely right. Oh my god.
One thing about when he goes to the basement, that is the realization that this family has 8 or more rifles. There is a gun rack with 6 guns on it and 2 on either side mounted on the wall.
They have
So pretty normal.
It like that's the thing. It was just like this is America.
This
Like,
is
It reminds me of that scene in Wayne's World where he's like, I don't have any guns. Never less enough to necessitate a gun rack.
Yeah.
It's like, this guy has a gun rack and it's full. And then some.
And not locked up properly.
Yeah.
It's just on the wall in the basement. We just have 5 and a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
And they're all loaded. They're all loaded.
They're all ready to
If
go.
you need a gun, they're right downstairs. There's a whole rack of
There's
them.
no ammunition laying around on shelves.
No,
It
but
is
there was
just-
a gun for each family member. So, like, that's what I love. I love that. They all go hunting together. It's a family thing to do.
It's kind of like
Um,
I don't know.
So this is the scene where Sonny gets chased around the whole house, as Paul was saying earlier.
4 minutes.
Yes.
Of POV camera.
And again, why are there POV shots of
'Cause
this
they're
movie with the
cheap.
ghost? I guess.
Yeah.
But also that makes it. But the way that they look at the ghost in these POV shots makes me think that there's like an actual physical ghost. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
because Sonny
What's he-
looks
yeah,
and
what's he
shoots.
looking at?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Like there's clearly something.
Does he just like feel a presence and he's like,
Well, no, because then it rips open his shirt, and I kind of thought it was gonna rape him, but I can't remember.
kind of felt
It
like
kind
a
of
rape.
looked like it was,
Sort
Yes,
of a rape.
but instead it just jumps on his stomach,
Yeah.
and that's how it enters him.
That's very
Through the belly
very
button.
reminiscent.
Through the belly
of-
button, yeah. So
of
that's how it
the,
takes possession.
The old
whole night terrors. When
Yeah.
people get like the weight on the chest.
Yeah,
so that's
yeah.
very reminiscent of that.
Yeah. But he's watching the ghost do it. That's why it's like, it's the strangest scene. I don't know. You know what? I just would have been cooler with him getting raped by this ghost.
Yeah.
And like, that's how it took
So,
possession.
kinda like
That's how it
Ghostbusters.
entered him.
Well,
Exactly, yeah.
It's kind of interesting that it's like, that seems like a rape scene. The next scene is
Well,
No, and then
is the scene.
Oh god.
well, before
The
we
scene
get
that
to
I didn't even want to take notes for.
No,
'cause I remember everything.
God.
No,
No, but-
before we get to that amazing, crazy scene, amazing. There's a scene where a brief exchange between. No, I guess this is at the beginning of that scene
Yeah.
when Trish says to Sonny,
Oh my god, are you gonna say it?
"There's something strange."
Are you gonna say the line?
What?
Do you have it?
What,
you have
like
the line with it?
about the mom and the dad?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you have it?
where I just wrote. Here's like the paraphrase I wrote down. There's something strange. I think Dad is raping Mom.
Oh no! I wrote down the line. This is how the scene starts, guys. I don't think Mommy wants to have sex with Daddy anymore, and I think that he makes her. Is the line the teenage daughter says, to which Sonny replies, "You're so beautiful."
Yeah.
That is how this scene starts, guys. What the fuck?
Strap in.
Yeah, for Incest City, because we're going there.
Yeah.
Oh, this scene was hard to watch as an adult. Like, oh my god. And I guess because we watched it together as kids
Before we even had boners.
Exactly. Yeah.
it's
So
like-
so for us, we just kind of made fun of it. Like, oh my god,
It's
this.
so ridiculous.
sex with your sister.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, this was so disturbing to watch as an adult. Like, holy shit. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
this is next level creeping by
Yeah.
Sonny.
I immediately just had to think like, okay, they're actors.
Yeah.
so basically, you're saying it's a good thing I didn't watch the film.
No, you can skip this scene. But yeah, you know what? Maybe let's just skip it. Let's not.
And
yeah.
it immediately cuts after they clearly are starting to her in church confessing
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
Oh god.
Okay, well, I want to go over some of the details of this scene here. Though.
Do we have
The nipples.
Oh god.
We do. How old is this actress?
18?
She has to be 18.
Yeah,
she
'cause
has to be.
we see a tit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
Ew,
Briefly.
gosh.
Actually, that's
Out
the
of
first
focus.
God.
of him just like
Yeah.
This-
So, yeah. He says.
Put your hair up.
No, he
Take off
says
your
like,
shirt.
"Hey, like you're so beautiful. I think you're the most beautiful girl in the world," or something. He's like, "Let's play a game." You never want to. No. So he
Thor,
says,
you're making me uncomfortable.
"Yeah, no, we're getting through this. Okay, this is
If
this
you
is
can
therapy."
get through the scene in the latest It movie with all the scenes with the dad, you can get through.
Oh,
the
Yeah,
God,
I guess
yeah.
that's true.
This
Okay,
is,
yeah.
this is therapeutic, guys.
All right.
So he says get on the bed and strike a pose, and she's going along with it for some
It's like,
reason.
oh, you're so stupid.
Yeah.
And then does
You're
it anyways.
silly. Yeah.
Why does she go along with everything?
Just like, because it was written by a guy.
Is the demon also like fucking with her head? Like, I don't know.
Anytime that happens in a movie, I'm just like, a guy wrote this. This was never- It's just like,
No, yeah, it's very
a
clear.
guy does something really horrible and confesses, and like, oh my god, and you think she's gonna be mad. I can't believe you'd go through all that trouble for me.
Yeah.
What? And
Yeah.
then she's fine.
But it blows my mind when he's like, "Take off your nightie," and she's like, "Okay, only for a
Well,
minute."
no. This was my favorite line, the best acting in the whole film, as far as I'm concerned. Where he's like, "Take off your nightgown," and she goes, "What?" like so confused.
Yeah.
She's like,
Only
"What?"
real,
A real reaction.
Yeah, yeah.
correct reaction.
What?
God.
And then he's like, "Just for a second," and that works. It's like just take it off for a second.
Just a tip.
Yeah, just the tip.
Tip bros.
and that works. Good God. And then, well, here I wrote, this girl's brow game is weak. Like, she really needed to do something about those eyebrows. I don't know.
No shit, Jen
Yeah.
Conley eyebrows. They're awesome.
And then my next note is, this is the greatest scene of all time. But yeah, so they're on the bed, and she's naked, and she's like, all right, enough, I'm going to put my thing on. And he's like, wait. And he sits down.
And starts
No.
stroking.
No. Remember this?
Yes, yeah. He sits down. He
Oh,
says,
my God.
"I have a secret. I'm going to tell you." And she's like, "What?" And then he holds up in his hand. He holds up a pair of panties.
Her panties.
Her panties. Well, and then she looks at it and she's confused. She's like, "They're mine." And then she does a little giggle. She's like, "They're mine." My panties. And he says, "I took them from the laundry." I took them from the laundry. And she says, But why?" It's amazing.
It's just
Who wrote that?
What a weird scene.
who would respond to any of that
My
in the like,
panties.
just
No.
like, oh, this is how you win a girl's heart. Let her know that you fucking stole her
This
panties.
is how you fuck your sister.
Hey, I've been sniffing these for the last week. I just wanted you to know that. I mean, like,
Oh, I'm now really turned on.
yeah. Jesus Christ.
My
Like,
brother.
Oh, this is before dick pics, right?
so I guess yeah. So yeah.
But
you just
yeah.
you just carry girls' panties around. That's what it is.
Did you come up with a joke where he's like, took him from the laundry, and she's like, "But why?" Because you pooped in them.
Yeah, that was the joke when we were kids. Yeah.
Because you shit in them.
Yeah.
That might have been me.
Because you pooped in them.
Oh my God.
So then Sonny proceeds to kiss her, and they get horizontal.
Okay, enough.
And it
Anyways.
appropriately cuts.
It cuts.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It cuts immediately to confession.
That's how they stuck with the R rating, guys.
Good
Okay.
Lord.
Anyways, I need to move along. This is a horror movie,
I need
basically
another shot.
with almost without a haunted house. This is like a movie about a ghost, basically, and then because it turns into a possession.
It's like a demon, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Or
like
the devil itself.
yeah.
Like,
It's
Did they ever
so,
learn his name?
No, they don't. They don't.
No,
They
no.
don't say because he
Yeah.
asked him numerous times.
Yeah.
But you know what though? If we need to watch this from the house's point of view. Do you know what I mean? Because if you do, then this movie is about a house defending itself from an insane family, from an insane
guys are
zesty family. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Demon's just like,
that's what this
"Oh,
movie's about.
shit,
These guys
bro."
are gross.
Yeah.
Jesus
Get
Christ.
out of
This
me.
movie's like this. No, I'm not handling this family. No, pass.
All right, I'm writing down another movie idea. It's Amityville from the house's
House's
perspective.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just want to live my life.
Exactly,
Yeah, house.
with these horrible
Yeah.
people in me. There's a lot of blood in this movie. Like a lot. It's very bizarre.
Walls bleeding.
Yeah. And at minute 50 of this movie, I realized this movie had 9 characters in it. 10 if you include the ghost. Blew my mind.
Yeah, the family and the priest, and that's about
That's,
it.
yeah, that's it. Yeah. It was so bizarre.
Oh, you forgot about the guy raking.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
the
sorry.
rake fella.
But I just said I made that note because
The
it was at
rapist.
minute 50
A
until
rapist.
finally it's Sunny's birthday, which he attends for about 5 minutes, which made me jealous because that would be
Yeah, he just
He
blows out his
just,
candle.
drops his head and like does like the Charlie Brown thing back upstairs.
A little sad music. Yeah,
Um,
he just
Oh,
fucks
you
out.
forgot the blood scene where the priest comes back to bless the house and the blood comes from his
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I think that's why
What
I
is that
wrote
thing
down.
called?
There's a lot of blood in this.
scepter or something.
It's some little thing that he shakes holy water with.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that wasn't jizz?
No.
Oh.
holy
I thought that was his jizz.
There's
I thought he was throwing his jizz around the house. He's like, now it's blessed.
Maybe it's
It's
just because I'm
blessed.
looking
It's
at that poster, but I was reminded of when Sonny walks down when the priest is there and he's leaning against the wall. His facial formation kind of looks like Theon Greyjoy.
Yes, I wrote that down. Discount Theon Greyjoy.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, there we
Yeah,
go.
he looks
It
like
wasn't
Greek.
just- Yeah, it wasn't just me.
That's
Nice.
hilarious.
So funny.
I have a Game of Thrones banner on
But
the wall.
but the thing that just blew my mind about he's doing this and all this blood is spraying out of this thing that he was trying to bless the bed. The wife is screaming. He's freaking out while he's watching it. He runs to the bathroom and is trying to drink water, but his hand's still covered in blood. So it
Yeah.
looks like he's drinking blood water. And then he looks back and then it's all back to normal. And then the scene cuts and I'm like, how did he leave?
Yes.
What was the conversation?
Yeah.
We'll figure this out later, honey.
The editing is so poorly. That is insane.
There are a few scenes like that
Oh, yeah,
where it just kind of
yeah.
ends, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what happened?
With no
What?
resolution
Dude,
whatsoever.
guys, that's how this movie ends. This
Pretty
movie
much.
has the most insane ending. But yeah, that's skipping so far ahead. Sorry. So we're still at the birthday party. Why is Sonny physically transforming at certain times in this movie? Why is he
Yes.
becoming a demon? Like, what is that?
Well, one would presume that's just part of demonic possession.
Oh,
It's
is
trying to
it?
get
Okay.
trying to get comfortable in his
Okay,
body.
so this movie is straight up
Working
turning,
it in.
like, pulling Exorcist then. Like, straight up. Like, he's...
Yeah, I would say that based on what I've gleaned from this conversation so far.
Yeah.
Because I did not watch this movie.
Yeah, of course.
But you
that's
have been
kind of
steady on the Wikipedia. So
Yeah,
what does
hey,
IMDb trivia say?
IMDb
Is there anything
trivia, it has a bunch of stuff, I mentioned the thing about the siblings, there was all the stuff about the real family. I don't know, there's a lot of these that are just huge blocks of text that I'm not bothering to read through.
Oh, okay.
That's fair enough.
Nobody has time for that.
Yeah.
Okay, getting back to this movie, I made a note. My next note here is adults hit children 4 times in this movie. Just gonna throw that out
Those
there.
different times.
Fuck.
Different
Very
times.
different times.
Oh man, okay, so actually there is a really good paragraph here that ties into this whole incestuous thing.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Back to that again.
Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna back right up a
Oh,
little
and
bit.
I'm just gonna precurse that by saying
Trigger
that
warning.
the Game of Thrones banner I have is House Targaryen, known for its incest. This is
It's Italian.
Yeah.
Hey.
Anyway,
Anyways, okay, so apparently the original cut was shown to test audiences. Several scenes had to be cut out for various reasons. One of them being the negative reaction of audiences on the scene where Anthony anally rapes Dolores. And scene
the
where,
dad and
yeah.
the mom. Oh my god.
And the scene where Sonny and Patricia have incestuous sex. Apparently that scene went on further.
Oh my
Originally.
Yeah.
This scene was added to the script by the director, Damiani, who wanted to really upset the viewers. The original
It worked.
scene was a lot more graphic and sexual. Yeah, so
What's the point?
Upset
Why
the
would you...
viewers.
he wanted to upset the viewers.
But why have
Horror movie.
2 horrible rape scenes?
2
like,
rape scenes.
That's...
It's I will be the first.
Exactly. Like, one isn't
No one
good
said it could
enough.
be done.
Yeah, one isn't good enough, so now I have to make an incest rape scene. Like, what the fuck,
They said it couldn't be
guy?
done.
Oh.
It was the director's call.
Yeah, he's a
There you
piece of
go.
shit.
Oh.
Turns out that guy is a
Damiano Damiani? That's his name?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
What?
The director of this movie
What
is
Who is
insane.
the
man?
fuck? That's not even real.
No, that is the most made up name I've ever heard.
Before we
Probably thought it sounded like a famous Italian film director name. So it was just
sure.
Damiano Damiani.
People will be saying that name for years and years. Before we get back to the birthday party, during the confession scene,
sorry,
Patricia is telling what's the priest's name? Frank something.
No idea. I
Frank.
don't know anyone
Father
who's in
Frank,
this
we'll
movie.
call him.
Okay.
So she says she's having confession. She confesses that she went all the way with a friend of hers, and he says he does it to hurt, and he's like, "Whoa, he hurts you?" And she's like, "No, he does it to hurt God."
Wow.
He's only doing it to hurt. So she understands the demon's
Motive.
intent.
Yeah.
So is she partly possessed then too?
No, the demon is just telling her that when he rapes her. He's like, I'm trying to do this for God. I'm
He says, "No, it's nothing personal. It's nothing personal." He's hate fucking God through her vagina, basically. I
Okay,
don't
that
know.
is the worst thing you have said in
I mean, I never thought I would say
every
that phrase in my
episode.
life.
Exactly.
He's hate.
on
Yeah.
this podcast.
Quote Thor Blondell.
I I want that on my fucking tombstone, man.
Oh my!
I want my tombstone to
God.
just read, "You had to be there."
Jesus Christ.
God damn it. Okay. Anyways, no, I think so. The next scene is so that Sonny turns into a demon and kills his fucking family.
One by one.
Yeah.
While the father is probably the anal rape scene that got cut is probably about to happen.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Yeah, it's a dark and stormy night.
They're arguing about it.
And the craziest thing is, he's listening to his headphones, and the demon tells him in the headphones, even though I thought he was possessed, he says, like, it has to be tonight. Do it tonight.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Why does it need to talk through the headphones?
If
That's
it's already
it.
possessed him.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's my point. Yeah. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Well,
It possessed his Walkman?
better-
So maybe the voice is the house.
Better audio quality.
Is the house a different entity than the demon?
Exactly.
I almost wondered, like, if they
Ooh.
killed the demon, the house would still be evil.
Exactly.
I always got that weird impression.
Because like, what is? Because it turns out it's an Indian burial ground, of course.
Yes.
God,
I
so
forgot
straight up poltergeist.
Okay,
like, just
okay.
rip
So
that off
are you saying
really bad.
that there are that the house is possessed, and there's also a demon?
There's also demons,
Yes.
because they show a bunch of Indians crawling out through that crawl space, and I was like,
Yeah,
this
so,
is
like-
so offensive. I'm so mad right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that
What-
that makes no sense.
That makes no sense, because
No sense.
why would ancient
Exactly.
Aboriginals give
Have a
two
cat-
shits about
have-
Catholicism?
well, why-
Exactly.
Like,
why
why
would
would
they-
that be their adversary?
Yes, yes.
So who built
Residential schools.
Who originally built a catacomb in a burial ground, and then put a house on top of it?
Yes, like that catacomb wasn't built by the
Yeah.
developers.
Aboriginals.
No.
Yeah.
No, at some point there was a burial ground, and then somebody built a catacomb in it
Then someone
because
was
it's
like,
underground.
double or nothing. Let's put a house on top of this.
No, but let's build a crawl space that leads right to, like, what the fuck?
But yeah, like what does this demon have to do with the natives? Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
No, yeah, because as soon as he kills his family, it's almost like they didn't know what to do with the rest of this movie. Do you know what I mean? So, like, all of a sudden they just
It's like,
go
and
from
there's still
poltergeist.
39 minutes left.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was the end of the
Exorcist.
movie.
Me too. And guess what? That's only the first hour. Yeah, there's still
Like, I
45
forgot
minutes
it's
left.
all about the priest after that.
Yeah,
Trying to
and the
solve this
possession.
mystery.
Oh, he wants to do an
Which
exorcist.
is totally he's stealing from the Exorcist.
Yeah,
Yes. Oh man. Like,
there's a scene before the slaughter starts with the priest, and he's talking to like the bishop or something.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about getting permission for. an
Yeah,
exorcism.
because he realizes that Sonny is possessed, basically, and because he goes to talk to Sonny.
I'm pretty sure you don't need permission.
Oh, I don't know.
Like, I don't think you do. Like, I think if you are
Hey,
a priest, that is one of the.
Was there consent?
Okay, if you become a Catholic priest, you have to.
You have a license to exercise.
You have
Yeah.
you have a license to practice the 7 sacraments, one of which is
Exorcism.
exorcism.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Okay, and that brings up
Like marriage being another
brings up a
one,
weird
and
question.
Baptism and yeah.
because in this movie they make it
Communion,
seem
yeah.
like Catholicism's like military rankings and like
Yeah.
no, bro, you're not allowed.
I need your badge and your
Ex-
gun.
Yeah, exactly. Like what the?
You're
fuck?
on desk duty.
Yeah.
Just while we're talking about that, does anyone have anything to say about the murder scene? It does seem like the daughter's gonna get away and then she doesn't.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, you know, I have my no. Yeah,
Okay,
I want
okay.
to get talking
Because
about
I
this,
do
yeah.
have more funny stuff about like priest ranking that happens after the murder scene.
Okay. Yeah, so Sonny turns into a demon. And it was so funny when he shot it. Like, I'm not saying it's funny, but the delayed reaction to when she gets shot. And she's like,
Yeah. The
oh!
mom
Like,
gets shot and just kind of stands there for a few
for a
seconds.
couple seconds,
and then
looks
kind
at
of
it,
looks
and
down.
then gets thrown.
She's like,
yeah,
"Ugh."
like, wait,
She doesn't even get thrown back. She just kind of like.
Okay, but
slumps in.
one has to ask it then. I mean, in a lot of movies, you have a delayed reaction to being shot. You see it all the time. Someone gets shot, and then the camera pans down like 5 seconds.
Oh
later.
yeah, but it's like the dramatic reveal.
Right, but then it's like, is that realistic, or does somebody realize that they've been shot when they've been shot?
But it wasn't shot as a dramatic reveal. Like it wasn't like it showed her and then she was like, and then it panned down and she was like, oh my god. It was just shot like we saw her whole body, we saw her get shot, and then she's just kind of like. Eh.
Yeah, it took a while. It was crazy.
We should put that on MythBusters. We should find out if there's a.
Do people have that
people
slow
have-
reaction?
Yeah, slow
Yeah.
reaction to
Like-
shot.
Yeah.
Slow movie.
One of my favorite like shooting MythBuster things in movies is like where people get shot and they get like thrown back.
Oh,
like
yeah,
shot with
yeah,
a shotgun.
yeah.
I'm like, if you shoot someone with a shotgun and they get thrown back, then that would like your shoulder would be thrown back just as far from the
Yeah.
explosion.
Your arm would go flying off. Like.
They're only gonna move back as far as like the equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah.
Anyways, the only decent acting performed in this movie was by the older daughter. What's her, Patricia?
Yeah.
And this movie is horrible. But yeah, so when she's getting chased throughout the house there, like even I don't know, her crying was bad, but she tried. I don't know.
You assume Halloween style though that she is gonna survive.
Yeah, because the way they make it.
Because of every other movie that you've seen leading up to that, like horror movies made before. But it's no, she dies too, and now the movie's different.
but also, so this she tries to open all the windows. They're all nailed shut. She forgot. So she takes a
I think
chair.
they're freshly nailed shut.
Oh, okay.
Because I think they took out the nails.
They did, yeah.
Because
and
the windows are going up and down
brand new
before.
ones that are like bigger nails.
Yeah,
so when did the house do that? Anyways, besides the point.
I don't know.
She takes a chair, tries to smash a window, but this house reinforced its windows, made them bulletproof apparently.
Or Sonny did it or something like that.
But
But why? I was like, I went out and so he did leave the house. Yeah, I just had to swing
Went to the
out,
hardware store.
get some super plexiglass.
yeah.
But yeah, like she does give up pretty fast too.
Oh, yeah.
It's like keep smashing that goddamn window.
Yeah.
And then
You're
she
gonna
just stops.
die.
Yeah, bitch.
You've just seen your whole family
Or
die.
maybe go downstairs and grab 2 of the shotguns and wait for him. You know what I mean? And just I don't know, like
Rambo this
like-
shit.
exactly.
It's
Yeah.
like, yep, he's not Sonny anymore.
Oh, hey guys,
What?
this movie did win an award.
Oh, for what?
Got a Razzie
Oh,
Ah.
for worst supporting actress.
For who?
Patricia.
For Rutanya Alda,
Oh,
I think that's the daughter.
who plays
The mom.
That's mean.
Because she has more lines than the mom does, right?
Yeah.
I'll find out who she was.
Oh god.
It's probably
It
for
might have
the it's probably for the but why scene.
Yeah.
Panties but why.
Panties, but why?
That's what we
What?
call that scene.
So as soon as the family's all dead, the priest then has a shining moment or a shinning moment.
Shinin.
Yeah, like
Yeah, he just wakes up and it was all a dream. And
Dolores.
Yeah.
Is that the mom?
I think
Oh, that is
so,
the mom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's a horrible actor, so that makes sense. Okay, so the priest has this shitting moment, wakes up, and immediately he's like, something horrible has happened. I need to go. Like, okay.
Well, he's camping with his buddy.
Yeah.
Who's also a priest.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't learn that until much later.
Yeah.
Because at first I was like, who's this guy? He just comes out of nowhere, and he's like
Ryan,
fucking
so-
things up.
Hey, it's camping time, buddy.
Yeah.
Get your fly fishing rod.
Let's
Yeah.
get out of here.
Crush some beers.
Ignore
Yeah.
those phone calls.
Yeah, it's like, oh, one of your people's in distress. Never mind. Let's go.
But I have a question for you guys, like a real legit question. So could priests walk through?
No,
crime
yeah,
scenes
that is
in
the
80s?
point I wanted to get to. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh, he's a priest, let him in, and then like later he's like fucking like, oh, he's a priest, let's let him.
He grabs evidence.
Let him interview a murder suspect
Yeah.
in custody.
Yeah.
They let him.
Yeah. Like he can do whatever he wants.
Different times, guys.
He's above the law.
It's
Yeah.
the 80s.
I guess it's like, oh, you're a priest. Okay, come through. Like,
And apparently that's what above the law was originally about. But then Stegall was like, I'm not playing a priest.
I feel that's why this might actually be offensive to Christians. Because like, you can't do that.
There is one scene where, well, when they come up to the house in the aftermath, when the cops are all there and they're taking the bodies out in the body bags, he goes up to the body bags.
Yeah,
he just casually
he
opens them up
and just starts
just
touching.
like start
their
touching the
bodies.
bodies. Well, they're
Blessing
blessing them
them.
or
Let
whatever.
me just get my DNA
Yeah, but
all
still,
over this.
exactly.
shit.
You're touching. Exactly.
Yeah,
like
it's
you said.
evidence.
Yes.
But there is one scene where he sees the crucifix has been thrown through the window, and he picks it up, and then one of the cops is like, "All right, man, like
Enough is
That's
enough.
is
enough.
enough."
What
Yeah,
the fuck?
yeah.
Yeah.
We let you touch the bodies. Don't touch anything else.
We'll let you
Yeah.
pass the people.
Yeah.
The do not cross line.
Yeah.
I'm their priest. Let me just.
Let me
Yeah.
fuck everything up.
But when he grabs the cross, he looks at Sonny, who's arrested and standing there, and then Sonny starts screaming, "I don't remember, but I know."
Yeah.
Like it's basically admitting guilt.
Yeah.
Like, don't-
I don't remember.
Don't
He's
do
like, I didn't do it. Would be good.
exactly. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. I don't remember. Like, oh my
Well,
god.
And then he
He's-
sees
yeah.
the priest and it's like, oh shit, he knows.
It's on to me.
My next note is this movie is terrible. I wrote that down like 4 times.
I did
Once again,
find
6% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Although 5.4 on IMDb.
I have a very vivid memory of the youngest daughter's twitching leg after he
After
shoots
she
her.
was shot, yeah,
I
yeah.
found that hard to watch. I really did. Yeah, that stood out in my mind. I was
Adds a
like,
sense of
holy
realism
shit.
into an
Yeah,
otherworldly film.
it was fucked up. But yeah, then there's still half an hour left. What the hell?
And that's what I said. This movie's half haunted house, and then spoiler alert: The Exorcist half is really bad.
And then there's like a court scene.
I had so few notes for the like last 30 minutes.
Confused. Jesus Christ.
And well, at one point there's a scene where the priest directly speaks to the demon, and apparently demons know everything about religion and Catholicism, like everything, down to details.
Keep in mind, this is somehow Indian demons, I guess.
Yeah.
Ancient Indian demons.
Yeah, trust me.
So
we know
are
everything
the,
about it.
Are the ancient Aboriginal demons in the house or in Sunny?
Or does somehow just ancient burial grounds of Aboriginals cause the Catholic devil to possess?
Maybe it's like a thinning of the veil between worlds
yeah, or
or
something. Like
something.
Maybe they just, they like hanging out there. I don't
that.
know.
Or maybe, you know, hey, we could have like a positive thing where it's like maybe only the Aboriginal people could have a true opening to like the spirit world and the afterlife.
Like the noble
And so
savage,
the only ones in the spirit world and the afterlife were like the evil demons of the Christian religion.
Yeah.
That makes more sense in this movie. This movie is so poorly written that during the scene after the family is murdered, the priest looks at his priest friend, and we don't even know his name, and says this is all my fault.
It says, I'm responsible.
I feel guilty, so I must fix this.
Yeah.
What?
And actually, because,
Well, he didn't answer that phone call.
yeah. But that was because of his buddy.
Yeah, true enough.
Yeah, so it shows Frank, the father Frank, he's like, I'm responsible for this. And then and he walks away, and it cuts to his buddy, and I'm thinking, his buddy's inner monologue is, actually, it's kind of my fault, because I took the phone off the hook.
Well, there's also that scene like right before that where he's answering the phone from someone else because he's got to go perform last rites or something.
Yeah.
Where Patricia's there and saying, I think there's something wrong with my brother Sonny, and that's literally the last thing he ever hears her say.
Yeah. Oh, and then the demon starts prank calling him with Patricia's voice.
Yeah.
Father, I think something's wrong with Sonny. That was pretty creepy.
Just more of the changing the rules of what a haunting is.
Yeah.
But wait, during the exorcism at the very end, skipping ahead, spoiler alert, doesn't Sonny turn into his sister for a second with makeup? And was
Yeah.
like,
Does.
you thought
Like
it
the slutty version.
Oh my god.
The
it
thick
was
lipstick
So
and the...
fucking creepy.
Jesus Christ.
And the worst part is, though, she's right, he did, and he just didn't want to admit it. Like, it was so wrong. And again, a man clearly wrote this. What the fuck?
There's that scene when they let the priest come and interview Sonny when he's in jail.
Yeah.
And this random guy walks in, and he just starts talking about... He's like, I gotta take this guy out of here. He's possessed. And then he's like, oh yeah, I saw this in Puerto Rico one time.
Yeah, right.
But it's like the police chief or something?
Yeah.
Because he just randomly walks in, and I'm like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
It's like,
and then
just
he's
hit me on the back of the head and you can steal the body.
Yeah,
Steal
it's like,
Same old.
he says, he's like, well, what's wrong with this guy, Father? He's like, is he crazy? And he's like, no, he's possessed. He's like, oh yeah, so it's in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
That makes sense.
Are you ever going to reference that again in the movie? No.
Maybe they were trying to, put that in there as a tie-in to a potential other movie based in Puerto Rico.
No, it's like
Getting the sequel right.
Amityville.
Puerto Rico, Puerto Rican vacation.
Yeah.
Spring break.
Amity
Half
family
comedy,
vacation.
Yeah, Amityville Spring Break edition.
Kill your whole family and laughs.
Half family, half
Beach
weekend at
party,
Bernie's.
yeah.
That's about it. Yeah. So there's a quick trial, but in this movie, everyone believes in ghosts. So Sonny gets an exorcism. Like Sonny murdered 5 people in cold blood and raped a woman. You know what I mean? Like, but everyone's like, no, we gotta fix him. We can take care of it. Like, fuck
But
that,
wait,
dude, man.
was it
Fucking throw him in
established that this
jail.
was a prequel or a sequel to the original?
Sequel, I think.
Yeah, it's these people moving into this house now.
Yeah.
Okay, so the people
house
in this
blows up
community,
a-
though, the people in this community have seen this before then.
So they had, like, how does the priest not realize that this house...
And isn't there a
If
scene
it's so customary that he blesses houses?
at the beginning? One of the movers is like, he kind of looks up at the house. There's some creepy music, and he just kind of looks at the house like, ugh. Is he thinking like, didn't I move some people in here? And they got murdered?
But that's the thing. It's like,
Is this the same house?
if this is a sequel, then wouldn't the entire community know?
Oh, that's
this
the murder house.
Yeah.
It's Amityville. It's not like a big metropolis.
Yeah.
It's not a metropolis. It's like a small town.
Amity City.
Small towns know shit. They
It's like,
like,
maybe we should burn this
Oh,
place
man.
down. Or...
That's another great
Yeah.
spin-off idea, Amity City, where it's like a massive city that's just possessed.
and they've just turned that house into like a
It's-
like one of these, like where it's a 4.
Or it's like a condo
Yeah,
high-rise, like... It's like Trump Tower or some shit. Yeah.
Oh,
That'd
you
be
can
amazing.
fit
It's a
Quarter
sublet.
tower room?
Yeah, we're
Oh,
subletting
that's my
the haunted
favorite.
house.
It's
You
an
can have
Airbnb.
the basement.
And I literally
Lots of space down there.
My room is in the basement here. Yeah, so I'm very comfortable.
There's a really nice crawl space down there.
Sometimes
It's
you have
endless, turns out.
unexpected roommates.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's always raining in the crawl space, but there doesn't seem to be anywhere that it could be raining from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got its own climate.
Leaky
Don't worry
pipe.
about that.
I recommend you just stay out of there. That's what the guy who went in at the beginning
Basically, yeah.
says. Oh, it must be something's leaking. Oh, we should fix that. I just recommend you stay out of there. Bye.
In this movie, a cop makes a priest knock him out.
Yeah.
I fucking hate this movie. It literally got so
That
like
cop
much worse.
was the best guy in this film.
He was, but also you don't have to like actually be knocked out. You could just hit. You don't even just have a mark. That's all you need. You don't have to be like no.
Or just
you
pretend.
need to knock. Exactly. You need to knock me out. Like
You could just say I went to the bathroom and that's when it happened.
and somebody hit him in the back of the head.
Actually,
exactly.
Speaking of bathroom, I'm gonna take a
It's our
little.
break.
We'll see you
Little
in
relief.
part 2.
Yeah. See you guys in a bit. Okay, I gotta know.
And we're back.
And we're back.
So yeah, based on the last thing we just said, like I think it's safe to say in this time priests were more respected.
They were kind of half action
Then
hero.
police.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Now I love the police believe priests more than other police. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Okay. So the priest busts Sonny out of the police custody and takes him to the church, but Sonny escapes, runs home.
Oh, he does. He
Yeah,
does
he
demon vanish.
He
Yes.
suddenly has like a shoot fire
Thank you.
ability
That's why I brought it up.
that
Yeah.
he just pulls out of his fucking ass.
yeah.
Like if you could do that, why didn't you do that when you were incarcerated?
Boom. So you were just sitting in jail because you wanted to be there? Like exactly, yeah. Jesus.
It's all part of the demon's plan, guys.
Yeah.
It's the long
I'm
con.
gonna take over the
right?
jail.
Oh my
Release all the
God.
criminals.
I'm gonna rape some people in here.
It's like they won't see that coming. But no one's thought of that.
So this is what we were talking about earlier. The priest follows him to the basement of the Amityville house, and then when they go into the crawl space. It's open, and then what looks like about a dozen short natives just start walking out of the crawl space.
Never explained.
And they don't talk about it. They don't touch that. Just that's it. Just pause it real quick.
Oh shit. Hello.
Oh,
it's
shit.
John.
Oh,
All right.
John. Okay, yeah, pause it.
Well, here we'll pause it for a sec. We
Oh,
got
you
a.
guys in your pocket?
Yeah, you son of a
You know
bitch.
Covered.
Yeah, Indians in the crawl
Indians in the
space.
cupboard
Indian in the
crawl
cupboard,
space.
yeah.
So yeah, John was here and now he's gone.
He came bearing gifts.
Yeah,
Yes,
he did.
yes.
It was awesome.
Great guy.
So yeah. So
All
we just
the
finished
Indian ghosts. I guess they're ghosts of Indians.
Yeah.
From the burial ground.
Indian.
Maybe they were
covered
just
crawl
like
space
noping out of
ghosts.
there. Just like, hey, you know what? This is enough.
Yeah.
I'm done.
No.
I'm
Thank you for opening the door. We're out of here. You know
Yeah.
what?
See you guys.
That's enough. Enough is enough. Thanks. Yeah. Peace.
How do we know it's catacombs and not residential schools?
No.
There it
Yeah.
is. Too soon. Yeah. Okay, so the priest and Sonny finally have themselves an exorcist fight, and it's horrible, as you would imagine. At one point, Sonny's face gets ripped off.
Yeah.
And then the house blows up.
Yeah.
Like
The house blows up, I think, twice in this movie.
it does, yes, because when he first gets possessed, and all of a sudden it literally is like fire shooting out everywhere. The hot water tank explodes, like, and then
Yeah.
everything's back to normal.
But is it all
Next scene.
illusion? Because it happens in the
It feels
movie
like some
before.
things are.
Illusions, Michael. I don't know, but it doesn't. None of this movie makes sense. I would say 8% of this movie makes sense. The rest of it,
8%?
We'll
Maybe
give it
that's why I
6.
got-
6%?
It'll match.
Six.
It'll match.
Yeah.
That's right.
I recommend we watch the Salvador Dali movie, Le Chien Adeniel. Or
Oh,
whatever
with
it's
the
called.
cutting the eyeballs.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
stuff?
It's like 21 minutes. We'll watch that after this.
Shin Andalusia.
Andaluz. Yeah, sorry.
So at one point, I was saying, yeah, the house blows up, but guess what? That's not the ending.
No.
Oh my god. Nope. This movie has the same ending as The Exorcist, except the priest doesn't kill himself. He just stays in the closet, and then all of a sudden, literally,
Maybe
that
it's a
scene,
metaphor.
that scene ends,
Hey.
and then it just shows the house for sale the next day.
Yeah, yeah.
The next day, like.
So it's like
That's
so,
what this movie is.
So does the priest come with the house?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
I
You
was
get
just
your
about to
very
make
own
that
demon
joke.
hiding in the closet. There's a
I
priest
think
just hanging
the
out
real
there.
question is, who's the real estate agent who sells this thing?
Yeah,
You know,
that
like-
fast. He flips this.
I
thing.
mean,
It's like it's a mansion. Want it for like
Yeah.
$100,000? Yeah.
but, and who is selling it? There's no owner left.
Yeah.
You know, is this just something that like it's a running joke in the town? It's like, oh, let's sell that house again.
The old murder house.
Split the profits.
And so the priest's buddy priest, he comes to the
To the Exorcist to rescue Mike? Or rescue
yeah, he
him?
realizes that
What's going on?
the priest, that Frank got him out of police custody, and he knows he took him to the house. So he shows up there right after this has all happened, and Sonny is back to normal, completely normal looking.
After his face gets ripped off.
After
like,
his
it's
skin falls off,
exactly.
yeah.
There was
Came
another
home.
head underneath his face.
Sonny came home.
Sonny came home with a vengeance.
Shot his family.
Oh,
Yeah. So what song was that? Oh,
Sonny came
oh.
Yeah. No.
She won. Okay, total tangent here. She won a Grammy for that, and that was when the ODB came on stage and interrupted the original Kanye West,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Wu-Tang is full of children, Wu-Tang."
Whoa.
Because Tupac, no, P. Diddy had won, or he was Puff Daddy at the time. He had won for the Rap Album of the Year over the Wu-Tang Clan, which is a travesty.
Anyways.
All right, so that was our
Wait,
hip hop
it-
moment.
It might not be. Which Wu-Tang album?
It would have been. I think it was Wu-Tang Forever.
No.
Yeah,
That is a travesty.
yeah, that album's amazing. Anyway.
Double album.
Anyways.
I've been on a Wu-Tang kick for
Yeah,
about
man.
exactly 1 solid year.
Yeah, there you go. You
I've been
need
trying to
Wu-Tang.
collect all of them.
It's for the children.
So,
Ever since Trump got into office, it's just been like, I need Wu-Tang. I was like,
I need more woo.
Ever
started
since what's his name, Schrenkel bought the album.
Martin Shkreli.
Shkreli, yeah.
Mm. Okay, so
I just kind of wish Wu-Tang Clan were president.
yeah,
Not just RZA,
yeah,
all
the
of them,
entire clan,
all the 9
including
surviving
Capadonna
members.
or not?
Yep, Capadonna's
Yeah,
there
all
too.
right,
That'd be
all
fun.
right.
Okay, that went on way too fucking long. Anyways, Jesus Christ. What the fuck is going on?
No, so Buddy Priest shows up, finds Sonny in a normal state. Frank the priest is all like fucked up looking now, and he's like, "Get him out of here!" And
Yeah.
Frank tells him to take Sonny and leave.
yeah.
So he takes Sonny out, and Sonny obviously is
Lives a
you know-
wonderful life somehow.
Yeah, he's like, "Don't worry, we'll explain everything. It'll be fine." It's like,
They'll
no,
believe you. No, they won't.
it's not gonna be fine. You still did a
You still-
quintuple homicide.
Thank you. Oh my god.
Like you're still gonna do life
Yeah.
without parole
Yeah.
for shooting
And your
5
innocence.
people. Yeah,
Never mind fucking your sister.
yeah. Jesus Christ.
This movie.
Like, everything's gonna be fine.
Everything's gonna be fine. They'll all know somehow that it's just a movie,
Yeah.
and you're the good guy who was possessed.
We just gotta tell the judge that you're the protagonist.
So
or-
does Sonny own the house now? How does that?
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
I guess
Yeah,
he kind
yes.
of
There
does.
you go.
I mean, it's
That mystery
How is
solved.
it for
he
sale?
would inherit it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
I
wouldn't-
guess.
Once
So,
he gets
yeah.
out of jail.
If he's
Yeah. So it would go towards his
Is
legal
Sonny
fees.
selling the house then?
Yeah, it goes towards his legal fees probably and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he gets a high-priced lawyer, and
One little speck that makes sense.
there's another spin-off movie, Sonny. Sonny, the real estate agent.
His
So he's
life
making
after
notes.
Sonny. Ex
Uh,
possessed.
Okay, wait. So is that
It's more than 25 years. We
Is that
could
it?
totally
Okay.
have a sequel.
So
Out of jail.
I guess it's time for the roundup at the end here.
Yep.
Well, first of all, speaking of sequels, there are 18 films in this
Amityville series.
in
This
this
universe?
series. 18.
Do they all have Amityville somewhere in the
I
title?
feel 8 would be too many.
Yeah, like it's there's Amityville, Amityville: The Possession. There's Amityville 3D. There's like Amityville 4D. I don't know. It's just like pull up
4K.
pull up the list of these.
And they
movies.
just released one a year or two ago.
Was it, yeah? Oh yeah, they did that. They did the remake a few years back with
Well,
Ryan
that was-
Reynolds.
Yeah.
Okay,
that was
so,
a while ago already. No, there was
question.
just like a new one.
Is there an actual place called Amityville?
No, it was named after something else.
Okay, just checking because
But-
I was thinking maybe the town's just like trying to get as much revenue as possible out of this, just milking
Oh.
this cash
Yeah.
cow.
That's a weird thing to want to keep going.
I bet they still would though. Like,
Well,
some
it's
stuff, like, we're in the
tourism,
town that's
you
based
know.
on Amityville.
Yeah,
Like,
get a lot of fucked up people coming to visit.
Yeah.
every Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of money. Like, you know, like the
No publicity's bad publicity, right? Or
yeah, you get Salem gets a lot of traffic, right? I mean,
I guess so.
yeah.
Even though didn't the trials take place not even in Salem? I read that somewhere.
Holy shit! There are a lot of movies in this.
Yeah.
This is
Interesting.
List off some of these titles here. Death House.
okay. So we got
Amityville Death House?
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty to
we
the
got
point.
Amityville Horror,
Death Race 2000?
Amityville 2 The Possession, Amityville 3D, Amityville 4 The Evil Escapes, Amityville The Curse, Amityville It's About Time,
I feel I saw that one.
Amityville A New Generation, Amityville
Amityville
Dollhouse,
Takes Manhattan?
The Amityville Haunting, Theater of Fear, The Amityville Asylum, Amityville Death House,
Yeah.
Amityville Playhouse, Amityville
Wow.
No Escape, Amityville Exorcism, and Amityville The Awakening.
sick.
Both released in 2017. The last
Yes!
two.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yes.
2 for 1.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew one of those came out
So-
just
I like
recently.
if it was Amityville Takes Manhattan.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that there's
Wow.
both Jason Takes Manhattan and the Muppets Take Manhattan.
Came out like within years of each other. That's the
This
best
is
part.
amazing.
Fucking
Holy
insane.
shit! Like in the last 2 years, there have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
5.
in 2
And
years.
there's been a
Fuck.
huge resurgence.
Holy
yeah.
shit! They're just spitting these out.
Sequels and remakes, man. That's
Haunted
where
houses are back.
that's the safe way to go for
That's
making
crazy.
movies. It's business now.
There's there's one thing I wanted to touch on that we brushed over.
Touch
was-
and brush.
Touch and brush.
Incest.
Incest. Back to the incest. No. Kidding.
It all goes back.
This has to do with the Catholic Church. I'm gonna take a little dig at the Catholic Church here. So when Father Frank is talking to his higher up about he wants to do this exorcism, he's like, no, and then his boss says, do you believe in ghosts, Frank? And he sounds all like skeptical, like, and I'm like, dude, your entire religion is based on believing in ghosts. Like, what the hell? This is crazy.
I don't know if that's one of those weird things where they don't believe in ghosts or something like that.
But like the Holy Ghost is literally their thing, right?
Yeah, but it's not like
It's not a ghost in the
They kind of
traditional
just, like,
sense of ghost, though.
They
Okay.
kind of is like a spirit, a shape-shifting spirit or something like
It
that.
sounds like a demon
Which
to
is-
me.
Yeah, that
Which
sounds.
is-
Yeah.
Which isn't the same as, say, like someone dies and then like a hologram of them is walking around.
It still sounds like a horror movie. That's
Yeah,
the weirdest thing.
I
Yeah.
couldn't help but notice all ghosts kind of look like poor film exposure.
Jesus Christ.
Uh,
Well, yeah, that was just my final dig at the old Catholic Church
Actually,
there.
just we could throw that in with the other thing with the Salem witch trials because you were talking about that. The Catholics that were persecuting them and being involved in the Salem witch trials, that was always seen as like, oh, they must be, they were trying to burn the witches. I'm like, no, they actually don't believe that witches can possibly exist.
Really?
And they were actually on the defense.
Oh.
Like for it's like so we're
So
here
the
to
Protestants were
Yeah.
were the
so that was a weird thing that I found out from like
Crazy.
yeah.
the Catholics were the defense and the Protestants were the prosecution.
it's all
Crazy.
fucked up, man.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all fucked up. My life is a lie.
Yeah. So the movie ends. Sonny lives happily ever after.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
No, he did. Like,
And the
Yeah,
priest,
like it
the
just,
priest just stays with the house.
He served
Yeah.
6 months, got out, became a real estate agent, like you said. Just his life was
it
amazing.
just
That's
ends.
it.
Yeah. What happens to the priest?
Few
He just
years
stays
later,
in the
he's
house and
married.
dies?
Yes.
What does he do?
Like again, it just goes back to this like scenes ending.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Abruptly.
But that's how they ended this movie?
So unresolved.
oh my god, yeah.
I feel like he just goes down to the basement and becomes part of the
One of
Maybe,
the
okay,
Indians, yeah.
maybe you just have to
He
watch.
just dresses up like an Indian.
Yeah.
Maybe you just have to watch the
Cultural
other 15
appropriation.
movies.
He just
for it to
goes
make
to the
sense.
basement and
You know?
forces.
We think he tries to convert all the Indian ghosts.
Yeah, that's it.
He starts a residential school in the
Oh,
basement.
my God.
Yeah.
Oh my
But yeah,
god.
no. If you watch the other 15
Forgot to
movies,
put a trigger
maybe it
for
makes
that.
sense.
Yeah,
It all makes sense.
No, it didn't. Maybe the director was like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll get the sequel. It'll all make sense." And then they fired him or something.
And then they
it was like 3D.
3D, but it was 1983. How 3D was it?
Not very.
I think it was the classic like red and
Red
blue.
and blue glasses, yeah, like.
Amityville, red and blue. Jesus Christ.
I love that, like, that's how old we are. Like, back in our day, like, 3D was the red and blue, and it just kind of, like, moved. Oh, my
Hey,
God.
Virtual
I'm
Boy
so
just
bad.
gave people headaches. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Man. Just lines.
I remember
and
playing
gave
that
people
in
headaches.
Toys R Us.
I had the knockoff one. Of
Yeah, I remember playing
the
that at your
end
birthday.
zone.
Yeah. Oh, that was
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Jeez, I didn't
Where
remember
at
that.
least that one had a head strap and a little plate that projected it
Yeah.
like above your head, so
Yeah,
you
okay.
weren't like looking into goggles and
Yeah.
straining your
You,
eyes.
you had peripheral vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was still ridiculous and like cheap, and it was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Tiger Electronic style games. But
Yeah. So what do we think of this movie? Mike, what are your thoughts on this film?
Okay, well, I just want to say, I want to preface this with the fact that I do not enjoy this genre at all.
Yeah, you were saying earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been a fan of, like, the slasher horror genre, whatever you want to call it. I mean, there are a few exceptions where things kind of cross into the horror realm, like you have, like, Alien, which is kind of like sci-fi
slasher.
horror, you know. But and there are a few films in that genre that I could cherry pick that I would enjoy. So, something like Event Horizon.
That's a great
which
movie,
is
yeah.
terrifying.
Classic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But that's like
Event Horizon is
actually
amazing.
terrifying. Like
Yeah.
this type of movie though, I've always just it's like it does
Doesn't
not
appeal, yeah.
Doesn't appeal. Like, it's not frightening. It's not even enjoyable to watch.
It's not scary
Yeah.
at all.
So from what you've
It's
heard,
creepy if you count the incest scene.
That's
Well, there you go. Yeah, I mean, you could say that there are
That'll make
aspects of
you
that are
squirm in your
disturbing, I
seat more
suppose. But based on what I've heard in this little sit down here, I can safely say that I will never watch any of the Amityville movies.
there you go. Not even
Not even
Death House.
Not even Death House.
Aw.
Yeah.
Not even Death
I
Race
haven't.
2000?
I will keep my streak alive.
Amityville Electric Boogaloo.
I've never seen.
Amityville too.
I've never seen an Amityville movie, and I never will.
Fuck.
There you go. Hands
Right.
down.
No, sorry, that's Amityville 22. Yeah, like fuck.
Chris, what do you think? What do you think?
Um,
Thoughts and feelings,
no,
thoughts and prayers.
I'm gonna recommend this to everyone I know.
Yes.
Just to fucking ruin their Halloween.
Just to
be
give
like,
them,
you know what, for Halloween, this is the movie you need to watch. I
just to
ruin
make them
their
feel
nights.
bad and,
Yeah.
and weird.
I'm expecting to get at least 6 texts to be like, dude, what the fuck?
Why did you tell me to
Yeah.
watch this?
Yeah. Especially women be like,
These
hey,
are
hey,
uncomfortable.
These will be people that don't listen to the podcast, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this movie's horrible. Don't ever watch this movie. I like the original. The part 1 was good. I remember that.
Yeah.
I didn't see the Ryan Reynolds one, but I heard it's not great. But then I heard it's good. I don't know. Like, no, you know what? I do like horror movies, but the older we get, and we talked about this for last year's when we did Chucky 2 or Child's Play 2. Oh yeah, we forgot to ask. Like, do you believe in ghosts, Paul?
Me? No. As
Okay.
I just said.
You're a Catholic.
That's right.
Sorry. I was raised Catholic. I'm not religious now, but I never. Well, I probably believed in. I find ghost movies to be the scariest of horror movies, even though I don't believe, because I find that fun. I find because the rules are so broad, like you never know what's gonna happen, and it's always that fun. Like it's the unknown. Whereas like Jason and Freddy are never scary because you know what they look like and you know what their weaknesses
Or
could
just
be.
like a slasher movie about like Ted Bundy or something. Like
He's
just a guy.
So this movie is a haunting, but I still wouldn't have considered it scary.
Just
Actually, that was a good
uncomfortable.
transition to my thoughts then.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't recommend this movie unless you want to do something similar to what we're doing, which is just watching it to kind of laugh at it. Mystery Science Theater 3000 style. I do recommend strongly, if you want to check out something actually scary, go on YouTube and just look up creepy videos. You will find infinitely more fun, disturbing.
Yeah, that's the internet.
Well, and if
Random
you
things on YouTube.
if you want to
are
go down
scarier
that
than
rabbit
this.
hole, look it up on Reddit, and you'll find some
God.
really.
Or no. Look
Just
it up on
type in-
4chan.
No.
Type in deep web and haunting.
Never go to 4chan.
Go on the dark web and get really mysterious.
Yeah,
And-
I would recommend this for 8-year-olds everywhere.
to watch at birthday parties.
Please watch this at a birthday party with your friends.
Leave your kids alone in a dark room.
Traumatize
Watch
yourselves
this.
at an early age.
Yeah, and then have pizza and cake that has coins in it.
Wait, what?
I don't know if you did that or not, but I remember that.
Is that a Catholic thing?
There was a brief point where kids were putting coins in cakes for some stupid fucking
Oh.
reason. I was like, "You're gonna choke. This is stupid."
Also, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it's so dirty.
Dirty
Yeah.
money.
But yeah, I found this movie wasn't terrible. I didn't hate it. There were parts that legitimately creeped me out, and
But you watched it with the eyes of this is an older movie.
yeah.
Made for a different audience with different
I
technology.
would give it more than 6%. I think.
Well, like I said,
Would you really?
IMDb gave it 5.4.
Actually, I'll give props to the prosthetic aspect of
There were some decent effects.
not
Yeah,
having CGI and having
Yeah.
fingers moving underneath someone's skin in
Yeah.
their arm
Yeah.
and stuff like
That
that.
was-
That's
there,
trippy.
there was
You're
some
right,
there
you're
was
right.
some
Don't get
camera work I enjoyed. There were some cool effects.
Oh yeah, I mentioned that. I forgot to mention there's a point where it really looks like it was pulled straight from Evil Dead, where Sonny is walking around when he first becomes possessed with a rifle in hand, and the
Yeah,
camera
yeah.
actually does the
Yes.
whole turning upside down
Ah,
so that
yeah,
he's
yeah.
walking
Wow.
towards
You
the
almost
camera.
expect him
call.
to start like laughing his ass
Yes.
off.
And holding like the same.
Yes,
Yeah,
thing.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Losing
good
his
call. I
mind.
didn't put those two together.
Yeah, I guess like if just it kind of reminds me a bit of The Room, in that
Okay.
like it's you got to watch it because that one scene is just the pennies but why scene is just so insane. Like
But
it
it's-
makes no sense,
but
and it's
thi-
very uncomfortable.
This is a cringy horror movie. That's what this
Yes.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just so fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah.
To a
Like-
certain extent, doesn't that make it work?
I
If the
guess.
goal was to make
And
you
apparently that's what the director
uncomfortable-
wanted.
That's what
He
the director
wanted
wanted.
It's kinda
He wanted
gross,
to make people
yeah.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
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 So,
So yeah,
I don't know.
He did win in that aspect.
Like, I'm gonna say- I'm gonna say like
Rough.
you can find better horror movies than this for
Oh,
sure.
yeah, no. I like psychological things. I don't like
Yeah.
cheesy shit like this. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just found that scene so mind blowing. Yeah,
Not in a good way.
Not in a good way.
It didn't age well at all.
But I just laughed so hard at the same time. Oh my god. Anyway, I have a
Nasty.
fucked up sense of humor.
We all do.
We all do.
Yeah.
And we hope you do too.
Yeah.
If you listen to
Yeah.
this, you
Yeah.
clearly do.
We
Yeah.
hope you enjoyed the bus ride.
the commute to work. Yeah. I imagine if people listen to this regularly, they probably have a fucked up sense of humor as well. Anyway.
Long walk, maybe.
Yeah. Get those long walks in before winter strikes. Yeah.
I've been trying to go to Birdsville Park a lot.
Yeah. Like walking there.
Just hiking trails, yeah. Before it gets too cold.
Awesome.
It is a nice
Also, I
place.
gotta justify buying a park pass back in April. So.
Oh, that's true. Yep, get it in now.
All
All
right.
right. That wraps it up.
That was Paul's fitness tips.
Yes. Thanks for having me.
Until next time, keep fit, and have fun.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I guess that's it. Are we done? We're done.
Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah.
That's it.
Good
Goodbye
night.
now. Goodbye now.
Good night, everybody. Happy Halloween.
Farewell.